Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you are brand new. Welcome back if you're not. And welcome home if that sits perfectly for you. Today we want to talk about 2024 for Taurus friends, right? So this is if you have Taurus in your sun, moon, or rising, or even Venus. And let's be real, this is also if you happen to love someone or have an interest in someone who's a Taurus and you want a little bit of insight. I am completely open to that kind of cross-watching energy. So I happen to believe that there's no such thing as having too much insight or too much energy. So we'll see how that goes for you. So today we want to talk about 2024. I'm going to draw some oracle cards for a theme of the year, for the blessings of the year, and then for your awarenesses. We're going to pull cards for each quarter. We'll talk about those, and then I'm also going to pull a card for the unknown, which we will pull at the end. So that might lend some insight in a way that you don't expect it, or in a way that you may not have found in your direct experience, right? Sometimes the universe just wants to give us a little bit of backstory, so we listen. Let's talk about the astrology for Taurus this year. Of course, your season begins on the 20th of April. You have a new moon on May the 7th and a full moon on November the 15th. Venus is in your sign from the 30th of April until the 23rd of May. And Mars, and Mars is in your sign from the 20th of July until the 3rd of September. Jupiter keeps hanging out in your sign all the way through the end of May. I think the 26th of May. And of course, you know, Uranus has taken up residence in Taurus for quite a while, and will go through a retrograde in your sign again this year. So, you know, that's exciting. That means a lot of shock and awe for Taurians, and you guys don't love that. I know you like structure. I know you like to plan for your business. Oh, how helpful is that? And sometimes it's a little bit frustrating, right, to have all of that energy of shift and change, but that's okay. So what that means for you guys really this year is that you have some opportunities for expansion. And the key here is how open can you be, right? How open can you be? And let's be fair. Taurus is a sign that likes structure. It likes order. It likes to know where our next meal is coming from. It likes to know where my door is. It likes to know where my key is. Where does this belong? Where does that belong? You know, Taurus enjoys that kind of structure and order, especially when it comes to your things, right? Taurus is not necessarily about the stuff, but what Taurus is about is the expectation, the order of things. And again, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Not a bit. So let's look at these oracles. As a theme, you have make necessary sacrifices. Now that's a challenge card, it feels like, for you guys, my little Taurus friends. It feels like making sacrifices. Now here's the thing. Let me put that in a different way. You guys are amazing at making sacrifices for things or people that you love, right? You will dive in and give anything, move any mountain, if it is for something or someone that you love. If it is not, you are highly unlikely to move that mountain, right? Most Taurians are all about what is theirs, right? I will sacrifice anything for my family. I will sacrifice anything for my friends or their needs. but it is highly unlikely that I'm going to go out of my way to create something that I deem unnecessary, right? Let's be fair. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with that, right? You get to make those choices. You came in for that energy, so don't make apologies for it. Just own it. Own it. Your blessing this year is taking action. So think about that. It says, I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. This is a hard challenge for a Taurus who says, but every single time I go out to eat, I want to go here. Right? Every time I wake up, I need to know that my coffee is here. That kind of structure and order makes you guys feel super safe, super cared for, super loved. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. So perhaps there are some doors that are opening for you this year, Taurus friends. And perhaps the way that you're going to make sacrifices won't be so top heavy. Maybe it will be taking a risk, doing something different, experiencing something in a new way, allowing someone else to make a choice for you, knowing you might not love the choice that they make. Whoa, is that scary? I know that's a little scary. Let's talk about this. Your awareness, right? Capricorn, the Achieve card. So I love it that you have the highest earth sign energy in your awareness position. So remember that you guys are the inception of earth energy. So it is all about where is mine, right? What is mine? And there's nothing wrong with that. We're here to claim. But Capricorn energy is this architect energy. It's visionary energy. It is, how can I put this thing I have into action? Knowing that if I put it into action, it might become something else. Right? So Capricorn is all about utility and function, as opposed to nesting in and creating this energy of this is where I am and this is what I'm doing. So there might be some opportunities for you this year to expand your concept of your, I don't want to say your boundaries, but of your base, right? Your base of operations. You might have to make an accounting or an exception for the concept that there are other things available. And it may surprise you to understand and learn that there's joy in that experience of non-expected comfort, non-expected possibility, right? Oh, we went to this new restaurant and guess what? It was great. That's always a possibility. Okay, let's get on to your quarters. So you're going to start this first quarter. You've got the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so how can you stay in your present, right, is going to be the key for you. And so sometimes when we're talking about possibilities, we forget to include the present moment in our possibilities. And what happens when we do that is that we get ahead of ourselves every single time. We get busy thinking about what can be, right? What can be, and we overlook what is. So sometimes it feels like, Taurus, making a sacrifice in terms of being in your present moment can create for you a structure around that limitation of possibility. And the bottom line is that your possibilities are never, ever limited. And so especially in that first quarter, you're going to want to watch for any concept that allows you to get into a space where you think that you're missing something, where you think you don't have something, right? If you are enthusiastically embracing life's boundless possibilities and you're going to have the awareness that everything is in your potential, right? Everything is there for you, then there's nothing that you're missing out on. And there's nothing that you could possibly be missing out on. And that's, just a function of how abundance works. It's a function of constantly reminding yourself to be outpacing your scarcity mindset at every single step, right? And witnessing that once you have all of your resources, you have boundless possibilities, and there's nothing that needs to be sacrificed, right? Your necessary sacrifice is that old belief in scarcity. That's the only thing you have to give up. And if you give up that belief that there's a thing called scarcity and it might affect you, then you have everything you can possibly require. Keep reminding yourself of that through that first quarter, my Taurus friends. You have 2 9s and the Strength card in that second quarter. And let's be real, right? We're talking about that second quarter. The sun comes into your sign. You have your new moon in that second quarter. Venus is in your sign in the second quarter. And remember, Jupiter is there through most of the beginning of the year. So you have abundance as your theme. Now here you're talking about 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Those are lovely cards, right? 9 of Pentacles is about self-sufficiency, and the 9 of Cups is about how you're creating your own emotional space. And the key is, do you have the courage to do it? Well, guess what? You absolutely do. And if it's about taking action, you have that in abundance as well. There's nothing, again, that you're going to be needing to look for outside of yourself, right? These 2 9s indicate all of your resources are fully contained within yourself if you have the strength to claim them. And remember that the only sacrifice you're having to give up this year is about your scarcity mindset. You've got this beautiful 9 of Pentacles that is fully the I've got this card. Yeah, I've got this. I've got this. And you have Capricorn there in your awareness to remind you every single possible thing you could require is presented for you. There's nothing you're lacking. There's nothing that's not already there in your basket that you can put into action in any given moment. And this 9 of Cups says, I feel great about that, right? I feel great about that. And guess what? You do. This is a beautiful first half of the year for you, my Taurus friends. It seems to me as though the way that you create that sense of home, especially in this second quarter, is going to be really powerful for you as you have not just access to the resources that you need, right? But also, here's where the possibilities come in, right? This is as great as I choose it to be, right? This Queen of Cups says, I am the embodiment of my own beliefs about how this year is shaping up. And, the King of Swords is going to be right there to remind you at every turn not to forget that there is nothing outside the realm of possibility. Nothing at all, right? All your resources are there for you. It's simply about how you choose to utilize them. In that third quarter, you have the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Death card, right? So whatever is going to happen for you in terms of this coming to a pivot point, right, where you're really in acceptance of what's happening for you and you really witness the fact that you have everything that you need. Well, this is where you get to begin to build it. And I love that these 2 cards are surrounding the 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Cups asking you, right, where are your cups being filled, right? And the answer is you've already known. You've already done this work at the beginning of this year. And so you're going to begin this process of releasing in the third quarter anything that's not in line with that. And remember, you have Uranus in your sign all year long. So remembering that every single time something comes into your awareness or your thought pattern that is not something that you want to hold there, right? A vibration that is outside of what you choose to build with, an attraction or an amplification that's outside of what you're choosing. And again, this is your choice all year long. You've got this 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. These are your choices. 2 of Cups, how do I want to feel? Are my cups getting filled by these relationships in my life? Am I building a foundation that is solid enough to manage all of the situations and circumstances and relationships that I want in order to make myself feel, or allow myself to feel and express as and embody those things that bring me satisfaction and joy and bliss and contentment, right? I am creating my own happiness, and anything that's not in alignment with that is going to either be released or transformed, especially in this third quarter. All of this learning you're going to be doing, all of this awareness around where your resources come from and how you get them there, right? Which is a process unto itself, is going to really come to fruition in this third quarter. And you're going to really be an expert in terms of bless and release, bless and release, or bless and amplify, right? Those are your options, bless and release or bless and amplify. You get to do either. You get to do either, but you're going to learn how to do that this year. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, in the fourth quarter, boy, oh boy, you have the Tower, the Queen of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so all of these things that we have moved through in the beginning of the year, right? Managing our concepts around scarcity, perhaps managing the concept of how am I making sacrifices? Am I making sacrifices? Are sacrifices even a thing I need to make? Or do I already have an endless supply of resources at my disposal? Let's figure out how that works. Well, if I'm creating my reality, do I have the power to manage my own claiming of that? Can I go deeply enough within my own storehouses, let's say, to do the work of creating not just my own 3D state, but also my feeling state as well? And then here, allowing myself to be such the focus of my foundation, understanding that I cannot build anything upon a foundation that is not solid, and that foundation is always me, right? Is this filling my cup? Am I blessing it? Am I releasing it? Am I amplifying it, right? And so you come into this fourth quarter knowing what you're either amplifying or releasing, allowing that Tower to blow your mind literally with the amazing transformation that you get to witness, coming from this Queen of Cups into this Queen of Swords energy. This Queen of Swords, she is no nonsense, right? She takes every idea or concept here and puts it into action, and understands that even if I don't immediately manifest it and I'm not immediately seeing it in my experience, I know that I'm planting those seeds. And so if it doesn't pop up right now, that's okay, right? If it doesn't pop up this second, I understand the process, right? I've learned the process of how this manifestation thing works, and I'm okay with that. The other thing you have here is you have the King and Queen of Swords. So if you're working on a relationship skill or an actual relationship this year, you have beautiful fulfillment opportunities. It might take you a while, right? It might take you a while, but those shifts and changes are going to come to fruition. If you have relationships coming in for you, you may have a start of one at the beginning of the year, but that's going to come to fruition at the end of this year. So keep an eye out for that. Basically, what you're working on this year is your belief in your own worthiness, your belief in your own resource, right? The concept that you always have everything that you need, and that you can shift and change your beliefs on a dime, and therefore witness a change in your external reality just that quickly as well. by the end of this year, you will absolutely have the skills to know what to bless and release and what to bless and amplify. You'll understand that process so deeply. Yeah, I think this is a karmic lesson for you, my Taurus friends, and I think that it's going to be well worth the process. Let's see what your unknown is here. Oh, look at that. Endless possibilities. Well, that's confirmation, don't you think? Yes, yes, indeed, I do too. Let's talk about these concepts here. Unlimited potential, moving beyond limiting beliefs, and the filter of an unhealed past, right? Using your awareness to discern what is possible and having the courage to leap beyond even that, right? So this is about, again, this is beautiful confirmation of how and why you believe what you believe, how you've gotten there, whether or not you witness your experience and expression as one of being sacrificial, right? And then missing out. Can you actually miss out on something if you have absolutely everything? Well, your journey this year is to become accepting of your own resourced worthiness, right? And to really understand where you're creating your foundation, and then allowing that to come in for you without judgment, without discernment. And when things don't appear instantly, you can understand that I'm not going to fall back into doubt. I'm going to simply say, well, that's just part of the process, right? I'm here for it. I am all about the possibilities, right? And I don't have to make sacrifices. I don't have to make sacrifices for that because I am all of it. It's all for me. Wow, that is beautiful. My amazing Taurus friends. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and come back and let me know how this goes for you. I will see you in my other videos. And until then, take care and absolutely be blessed. 2024 is going to be a great year, especially for you guys. I think you have a lot of potential. Clearly, you have a lot of possibilities, right? This is what the universe wants to say. So take care. Be blessed.